The story began with the main character visiting the stalls at the market. A merchant got angry as the boy was joking about buying his melons. Even though the merchant was visibly angry, the boy was still courageous, asking if the merchant was going to chop him. Filled with anger, the merchant stated that he would cut the boy into minced meat. The main character blamed the butcher for killing the whole Chow family. He utilizes the radio calisthenics skill. However, the butcher was too strong. The boy fell slowly as it got unconscious with the butcher's attack. As a result, the butcher got nervous upon seeing the boy lay on the ground. When he looked at the boy, he confirmed that he was dead. Because he didn't want to get caught, Butcher Zhen quickly ran away in fear. Unknown to him, the boy has a power that makes him come back to life. Chow Mu instantly resurrected his body with ease. Right after, he called the system and asked to let him level up more. As the system appears, he saw that his level went up to C, and he also immediately mastered the beginner immortality punch. Looking at the system, he realizes that he can exchange skill points for skill set mastery, which made him want to max out his immortality punch. However, the system said that his rating is unqualified. Chow Mu thought that it's fine as he can test it against Butcher Zhen and let Zhen kill him a few more times. In an instant, he disappeared from his location. On the other hand, Butcher Zhen went to his master and told him that he killed some kid at the market, seeking revenge for the Chow family. While his master writes, Zhen felt suspicious as they killed the Chow family half a year ago, and there are also no descendants. Zhen thinks that they could have missed someone from the Chow family, and he's seeking revenge. An unusual presence suddenly occurred, which made Zhen alert. To his surprise, the boy he killed at the market wasn't dead. The man said that he's Chow Qing, and that Zhen killed his brother Chow Mu, that's why he would make him pay the price. Without hesitation, Chow Mu charges at the butcher with his secret technique. Anxiously, Butcher Zhen swayed his knife in different directions. Consequently, Zhen's knife cuts Chow Mu's hand. However, Chow Mu pretended to be okay as he had to remain boastful. Zhen thought that Chow Mu had lost his mind, while he struggled to pull out the knife to Chow Mu's hands. As he couldn't pull the knife, Chow Mu took the opportunity to punch him in the face. Zhen backed up and realized that Chow Ping is different from his brother, as he could see that he had trained hard for the martial arts. Filled with rage, Zhen decided to become serious and won't let Chow Mu have the chance to attack him again. 5 minutes later, Butcher Zhen was easily beating Chow Mu. He grasped for breath for the last attack that he landed on Chow Mu. As a result, Chow Mu fell dead again. Zine fell complacent seeing Chow Mu dead. However, he was surprised when a piece of wood was suddenly thrown at him. Chow Mu rose up from the dead and introduced himself as the other brother. But Zhen was unfazed and pledged to kill all of them. As their fight continued, the house went into chaos. After hours of fighting, Zhen felt that his body was giving up. He was very tired from fighting all of Chow Mu's physical body. With the numbers of brothers that he killed, he starts to wonder how many brothers there are. On the other hand, Chow Mu died 4 times, making him realize that the higher the mastery, the more points it decreases and less points will be distributed. Seeing that there's only more to revive, he thinks that it would be more difficult to get revenge, so he decided to come back in 7 days. But he thought that he had a good chance to attack as Zhen was already weakened by his other bodies. The 4th time they fought with only 20% in the Immortal Punch, they were pretty much even, thus, he thought that he had a better chance. With that in mind, he decided to finish the mission and find Ms. Snow for other skill sets. Meanwhile, Zhen thought that he couldn't fight another one of the men as they keep getting stronger the more that he fights them. The surroundings fell into silence as the last one had died. Zhen thought that there shouldn't be more coming. However, it was unfortunate for him as another one of them came. Zhen felt nervous as he didn't know what to do anymore with his weak body. Without hesitation, Chow Mu attacked Zhen with heavenly justice. Suffering a heavy blow, Butcher Zhen has finally fallen to his death. With Zhen dead, Chow Mu obtained the bounty. Right after, Chow Mu saw a secret letter on Zhen that he was about to give to the martial factions, which indicates that he's really involved in the killing of the Chow family. He can't decipher the letter, so he decided to give it to Miss Snow and see what he could get out of it. Immediately, he went to the alleyway of the outer Yen city. As he reached Snow's hand, he quickly informed her that he's back. The house's door slowly opened. Snow's hand reached for Chow Mu's face. Recognizing it was Chow Mu, she asked him where he went. However, she suddenly heard an unfamiliar voice. She screamed in panic as she thought that it was not Chow Mu because his voice was different. Chow Mu told Snow that he was just in the puberty phase, but Snow wasn't convinced and wanted him to prove it. Hence, Chow Mu stated if Ning wasn't really her surname. In the past month, Snow recalled that Chow Mu always asked her if Ning wasn't really her surname. Snow sniffed Chow Mu as she was still not convinced by what he said. As Snow was so close, Chow Mu was flustered, while thinking that he's really a lucky guy. Snow backed up as she finished smelling Chow Mu. She was convinced that it's really him as he still smells the same. Right after, Snow sat in the chair. And then she told Chow Mu that he can /T trick her as after the Chow family died, her eyes started to move, which is a sign that the divine sight is about to activate. Moreover, Chow Mu asked Snow when she would be teaching him the next chapter of the Immortality Punch, to which Snow said that he needs more aura and strength if he wants to be truly skilled. Chow Mu said that he wanted to seek revenge for Snow, as they have agreed that Snow would teach him an Immortality Punch, while he avenges the Chow family. Seeing that he's stubborn, Snow grabbed Chow Mu's hand. She told him to show her what he had in him. Chow Mu immediately showed his biceps. Snow felt unusual because it was hard. She screamed in panic as she thought that he let her touch something else. Chow Mu assured her that it was just his biceps and nothing else. With assurance, Snow touched Chow Mu's body again and thought that it was incredible as strength is a fundamental skill. Since she thinks that he did a good job, he wanted her to teach him at the moment. Once he fully masters the Immortal Punch, which is a special skill of the Yang family, he would reach a stage such that he would age, but he would remain strong. It would be his path to divinity. Chow Mu has strengthened a lot, that's why she decided to teach the rest to Chow Mu after he completed his training and slain the butcher. But Chow Mu said that she doesn't need to wait as he has already slain the butcher. Hearing this, Snow couldn't believe it and said that it was impossible. Not only did Chow Mu kill the butcher, he also found a secret letter, but he couldn't understand the tadpole script written on the letter. Snow responded that the tadpole script letter is a secret way of communication for the martial arts faction. As she confirmed that Chow Mu killed the butcher, she decided to teach him the remaining sections of the Immortality Punch. Half an hour later, Chow Mu peeks to the progress of his Immortal Punch. He noticed that there isn't a change in the mastery, making him think that he needs to find stronger enemies and challenge them. Shortly, Snow gave Chow Mu a key to decode the tadpole script and instructed him to read out to her about what the letter says. It made Chow Mu wonder if Snow was faking it, as she could find the key with no problem even if she's blind. Still, Chow Mu read the letter that says that the Crimson Emperor is leaving the capital recently, and the martial arts faction is planning on summoning all members. As he thought about what it said, he realized that it was an assassination. Snow panics about what she heard and immediately asks for further details of the assassination. However, Chow Mu said that the key is lacking some information. She sat in anger as she couldn't believe that the martial arts faction dares to do such a thing. Then, Chow Mu asked her if the faction is strong as Snow didn't explain to him why the faction and the legendary martial artists killed the whole family. The legendary martial artist is also known as the second strongest supreme martial artist. He founded the martial arts faction and single-handedly destroyed many other factions and gangs. Moreover, he took the secret arts of all factions for himself and allowed the members to read freely to improve their own skill. The Chow family's Immortality Punch was bestowed by the divine to the first generation, which also met its end. Snow taught Chow Mu the Immortality Punch not to expect him to defeat the legendary martial artists, as she just hopes that one day, when Chow Mu matures, he would cut down the legendary martial artist. She wanted to kill the legendary artist by herself when Chow Mu cut him down. Seeing Snow very infuriated, Chow Mu thought about what to do. Shortly, he thought of an idea of joining the martial art faction. However, Snow thinks that he lost his mind for thinking of joining the terrifying faction. But, Chow Mu decided that he would join the faction and assassinate the Crimson Emperor for the faction, turning the Imperial Court and the faction against each other. He thinks that if he can't join the faction, then he would keep defeating people from the faction and try discovering their whole assassination plan. Seeing how stubborn Chow Mu was, Snow thinks that he would definitely die with a plan like that. However, Chow Mu thought that it was a good chance that when he dies as an assassin, the death rating would be definitely high. Also, He was excited that the faction founded by the second strongest martial artists has many books of the secret arts, which its members can read all of them, including the entirety of the Immortal Punch. With that in mind, Xiao Mu told Snow that it was the best plan, since the martial artist is as strong as she said. But Snow said that he could die. However, Xiao Mu was confident that there's nothing to fear. Snow discerned that there's no smell of deceit, but more like excitement, which she thought that Xiao Mu was serious about. Suddenly, she thought that Xiao Mu wants to have her body, that's why he's doing all of that for her. On the other hand, Xiao Mu was confused about what Snow was thinking again. Snow reasoned that she's just thinking that she owe him a great debt of gratitude, and then she asked him if there's anything else that she could do for him. Thus, Xiao Mu immediately thought of what Snow could do for him. As he was thinking, Snow anxiously asked what it was. However, Xiao Mu said that it was a secret. Snow was dumbfounded as she expected that he would say it. She sighed helplessly and just accepted what he wanted. Then, Xiao Mu asked her if she knew any other members of the faction that is around the area. In an instant, Snow mentioned Gua Yan, the lord of Yen City. At the city, some men are being whipped in the back by a group from the faction. They were trying to run away from the man named Gua, which they call Master Gua. When the Master Gua is passing by, all the people scramble. Suddenly, Master Gua noticed someone nearby. He ordered his men to bring the beauty in the side. However, the woman told him that she would rather die than follow his orders. But to their surprise, they grabbed the man beside the woman, which also confused them. The woman was astonished that the beauty that Master Gua was referring to was him. Consequently, he got embarrassed and said that it was shameless of them. Master Gua became furious with how they acted. He ordered his men to put the woman in her place. Immediately, Gua's men charged towards the man and the woman. They used their body to hold the woman, making the woman feel uncomfortable. Unknown to Master Gua, there was a person behind him. A loud crash suddenly appeared, causing Gua's men and the two individuals to be distracted. They saw that Master Gua had been abducted by some man. Master Gua begged Xiao Mu to let him go as his dad is the lord of that city. However, Xiao Mu doesn't care. Master Gup said that his father is coming soon, and when he gets there, Xiao Mu would be begging for death. Upon hearing this, Xiao Mu shows a poker face, but inside, he thinks that it's nice. Originally, Xiao Mu was going to step in, kill Master Gua and get killed by the bodyguards. However, if the Lord kills him instead, the death rating would be even higher. Suddenly, the system prompts that he obtains immortality. He was astonished as it was the first time a death rating notification appeared, which meant that the system also agrees with him. So, Xiao Mu thought that it was a good opportunity. Master Gua's men hastily went towards him to help him. On the other hand, Xiao Mu slaps Gua multiple times before they get to him. As he dared to slap Gua, they were astonished. Xiao Mu then told Gua's men to not move or he would kill their master, while Gua begged Xiao Mu to spare him. However, Xiao Mu wasn't buying his act. He slapped him again and ordered him to get his dad immediately. Shortly, a group of men arrived at the scene. Xiao Mu noticed the presence of a high individual. He recognized that it was Gua Yan, and also thought that he looked strong. Unexpectedly, Gua Yan demanded his son to shut up. The sound was terrifying, making Xiao Mu amazed that he could release such power with just a single shout. On the other hand, Gua Yan thought that Xiao Mu has a weak aura and a beginner martial artist, but he was impressed that he was able to lift a person easily. Right after, Gua Yan went down on his horse. His aura spread through the surroundings that frightened his men. Feeling the intense aura, Xiao Mu felt intimidated. He felt like there's tons of weight on him. However, the aura didn't scare him and even demanded Gua Yan to stop. Immediately, Gua Yan stopped his advance. Usually, people can't even talk when overwhelmed with Gua Yan's aura, but Xiao Mu could still speak even under pressure. So Gua Yan thought that Xiao Mu is pretty daring. Gua Yan is expected to be furious after Xiao's demand. However, he calmly talks to Xiao Mu, telling him not to be rash and they should talk it through. Xiao Mu was confused why Gua Yan acted like that when he literally made an annoying expression to anger him and fight him. However, he thinks that he still has a chance since the death rating hasn't increased. Hence, Xiao Mu told Gua Yan that his son is randomly abducting people on the streets, which Guoyen apologizes immediately to the two disciples of the lunar faction. The two individuals were shocked that Guoyen identified them, but they can't do anything because the city is under his control. Recognizing Guoyen's authority, they showed him respect and admitted that they may have their own share of mistakes. Even if the situation was settled, the people around then thought that it was not enough as Guoyen's son harmed other people. Hearing the complaints, Chao Mu shouted Guoyen's name. He told Guoyen not to think that he could clean up his son's mess with his money, which irritated Guoyen. Additionally, he told Guoyen that his son got people killed and injured. Thus, he asked him how he would pay for it. Mockingly, Chao Mu said that he thinks that his son should pay for his life. Guoyen thought that he was in a difficult position, as Chao Mu wouldn't listen. With that in mind, Guoyen decided to ask Chao Mu what he wanted him to do for him to release his son. Chao Mu responded that it's simple. He stated that he would only release his son only when he dies. Chao Mu continues to grip Guoyen's son. The people were astonished that Chao Mu was just a passerby, yet he's willing to stand up for justice. Guoyen sighed helplessly as he thought that there's no room for discussion. An unknown presence passed by Chao Mu which shocked him. He quickly turned around and saw there was a cloth being thrown at him. Guoyen's son was released from Chao Mu's grip, and Chao Mu was captivated by an old man. Although it looks like Chao Mu was in trouble, deep inside, he was looking forward to his first high-rated death. Shortly, Guoyen went closer and asked Chao Mu's name. Chao Mu stated his name and said that he has no backing and they could kill him without any worry. Thus, Guoyen thought that he's really daring. To their surprise, Guoyen ordered the old man to release Chao Mu. Guoyen told Chao Mu that he's very brave and clearly not an ordinary man, so he offered him to join his army and serve the country, which he could report to his estate any time. With how the situation went, Chao Mu wondered what went wrong in his script. While they were leaving, Master Guo called his father. He received a slap from Guoyen instead. Due to embarrassment, Guoyen ordered his son to shut up and the guards to bring his son back. Right after, Guoyen rode his sword. When he's about to leave, he told Chao Mu that he's welcome to find him at his estate any time if he's interested in his offer. Still, Chao Mu was still frozen in shock. Then, he heard the people saying that he was lucky that he got recognized and he would be set for life if he joins the army. On the contrary, Chao Mu was frustrated that he's still alive after saying everything and setting the atmosphere. His first high death rating also became a disappointment. However, he noticed that the immortality lock is still lit, which means that the death rating is still increasing. If he dies now, he wondered if he could get a relatively high rating. As he contemplates, he suddenly notices all the people looking at him. Even the two members of the lunar faction bows in respect to him. Thus, it made him realize that if he dies at the moment, he would die as the hero who stopped the Lord's spoiled son and not some random nobody. Chao Mu realized that it was the correct way of using the system, and as long as he kept making a name for himself, he would gain more fame and recognition. With that in mind, he imagined that he would become stronger when he dies, and when he fails to die when challenging someone, his death rating will only increase. And when he finally dies, it would be a high-quality epic death. As he was lost in his own thoughts, the individuals from the lunar faction were dumbfounded in his actions. On the other hand, Guoyen's son was being treated. While sobbing, he asked his father why he was recruiting Chao Mu instead of teaching him a lesson. Guoyen thought that he's impatient and told him to stop worrying about Chao Mu. He thought that when Chao Mu was caught, the expressions of his people showed that his disobedient son accumulated some kind of hate in Yen City, so if he killed Chao Mu in front of them, his image as the benevolent lord would instantly crumble. Thus, he thought that it's a much better move to recruit Chao Mu, which calmed the people and gained their approval. Precedingly, he told his son that he's disobedient and he deserved what he got, and for the next month, he should not dare to step out of their estate. Guoyen told him that around that time, His Highness may visit Yen City, which kept his son in the estate to prevent him from getting killed. Filled with excitement, his son asked how trustable his source was that the Crimson Emperor would visit their city. However, Guoyen said that the emperor didn't really inform him about his visit, as no one knows what kind of assassins it might attract. Then, his son asked if he would accept Chao Mu if he joins his army, to which Guoyen said that he has his own ways of dealing with Chao Mu whether he joins the army or not. He thinks that if Chao Mu joins, it would make things much easier. Thinking that there are plenty of thieves in the mountain, he also thought of sending Chow Mu there. Meanwhile, Chow Mu returned to Snow and informed him what happened at Yen City. She said that the chances are Gua Yen is up to knowing good, but Chow Mu reasoned that it is why he would go. Snow could only sigh helplessly as she couldn't stop what Chow Mu wanted. Since he's so persistent on doing that thing which would probably get him killed, she would teach him a secret art that she has. Snow said that it was the secret martial arts collection of the Chow family, which grants him explosive power, potentially doubling his aura, but at the cost of tearing his muscles apart. The book is about the celestial demon dismantling technique, and Chow Mu felt so happy in obtaining it. However, Snow said that he needs to train and get aura first to be able to use the dismantling technique. She told him that his ways and actions match the spirit of the great warriors. This mindset easily resonates with martial arts, so it's reasonable that he will improve quicker than an average man. Although she said that, she still feels a sense of worry. She didn't give him the celestial demon dismantling technique so he could sacrifice himself recklessly. Instead, she hoped that it would give him a better chance to survive. In response, Chow Mu understands her. Right after, he came back to his excitement. Meanwhile, at the Yen City army camp, Chow Mu went there to join Gua Yan's army. He was showing the other soldiers his skills because he's new. Since ancient times, spear users have had an E-rank luck, making them more prone to an early death, so Chow Mu hopes that it would serve as a good omen for him. While he was training, the warriors gossips how he was able to enter the army with his skill, making them think that he has connections. They thought that he wouldn't last long in the harsh battlegrounds. On the other hand, Chow Mu was cultivating, which he learned a new skill. Suddenly, someone called his attention. A man called Mr. White heard that he wanted to buy some martial arts book. That's why he came to him. Their comrades joked to him why he's called White when his teeth are yellow. Then, Mr. White said that he has a physical technique book, which Chow Mu thinks that it sounds like a good idea to have a physical technique for defense. However, a bald man told Chow Mu what physical technique Mr. White is referring to before deciding. Mr. White then mentioned that it was an iron private part of the man. As he said that, Chow Mu imagined that his private part would be hard as an iron. Thus, he told Mr. White to give him the price as he would take the iron crotch technique. But, Mr. White told him not to worry about the price as he would give it to him as his gesture of respect. When he's about to give it, he looked at the surroundings first. Then, he whispered to Chow Mu that his pregnant wife got whipped by Master Gua 4 months ago, and they couldn't save the baby. He wanted Chow Mu to avenge him, but Chow Mu said that he won't take the technique for free and will pay him back in the future. In response, Mr. White said that the technique is him paying him back. He then told Chow Mu that Lieutenant Chu had called him. Right after, Chow Mu went to Lieutenant Chu's tent. Chu informed him that there's a savage man named Song He, known as the Thief King on the East Mountain. Due to frustration, Chu broke the flag on top of the mountain. He was furious that Song He dares to call himself a king when he's just a mere thief. While he's visibly furious, Chow Mu shows a serious face. Then, Chu explained that Song He has stolen the imperial court silver, along with countless other things, and he's responsible for hundreds of cases in just half a year. Additionally, Chu became more furious that Song He was so extremely lustful, kidnapping plenty of fine women. Some lucky ones that were kidnapped by Song He have returned, but those who were unlucky died in his place. After hearing the story, Chow Mu was convinced that Song He must be removed. Thus, Chu prepared a 1,000-man army, and in 5 days, they will go and attack him. He tells Chow Mu that he has heard that he's courageous, so he wants him to lead the charge in the battle with Song He. With a sense of authority, Chow Mu grips his hand and quickly responds to Chu. Shortly, he went out of Chu's tent. Doubtful, he wondered why they put him in charge when there are 1,000 army and class warriors. They couldn't fool Chow Mu as he thinks that it was a stupid reason and must be the Lord's scheme. Still, he felt an excitement as it's finally time for him to die and level up. When he's busy pondering, Chu peeked at his tent. He wondered if Chow Mu was dumb or just confident for agreeing easily, and then also thought that he has to be careful as he can't mess up the Lord's orders. 5 days later, at the Easy Mountain. Seeing Chow Mu troubled, Mr. White asked Chow Mu if he should lead the way as he's familiar with the place. Chow Mu agreed easily and then told him to hide behind him immediately if anything goes wrong. Mr. White called him boss and said that he's the kindest man that he has ever met. However, in Chow Mu's mind, he can't let Mr. White to mess up as he finally gets the chance to die. While they were walking, Mr. White shared to Chow Mu that his son is so strong that he could lift 150 kilograms when he's only 15. Then, he asked Chow Mu what he's like when he's 15. Chow Mu said that he got killed by Butcher Zhen when he was 15, which Mr. White thought that it's nonsense. All of a sudden, they felt an unusual presence charging at them. To their surprise, numbers of arrows came falling down on them. Chow Mu immediately kicked Mr. White and charged to the arrows willingly. He utilized the tornado to decimate the trailer park. However, he only got hurt instead, which he thought was only fake. Right after the attack, a group of bandits appeared. Mr. White was frozen in shock as the bandits were targeting them. But it only excites Chow Mu because it means that he's going to die soon. Chow Mu then ordered his men to follow him. As the bandits attack, the warriors also charge at them. A bandit was about to kill one of the warriors. Fortunately, another bandit bumped into him with a sword being pierced on both of them. On the other hand, Chow Mu was easily eliminating the bandits. He was leaping and fighting lightly as his body moved around. The warriors noticed Chow Mu's brutality against the bandits. After a while, the bandits got scared and ran away. Thus, Chow Mu asked his men to give him some medicine to stop the bleeding on his body. Out of the blue, Mr. White bows at the ground to Chow Mu as he was grateful that Chow Mu blocked 3 arrows for him. Moreover, the warriors tend to Chow Mu's wounds. While tying the cloth, the bald man asked Chow Mu if his sacrifice is how he repays Mr. White. Thus, Chow Mu asked the bald man if he also had something to give him as well. The bald man said that he didn't bring it, but he would give it to him as soon as they got back to town. After a while, they continued on their way. Chow Mu asked Mr. Yahello if the valley has a name, which Yahello said that it doesn't have. With that said, Chow Mu embedded a name on a tree. He called it the Valley of the Fallen Tree. Suddenly, Lieutenant Chu came and asked Chow Mu why he wasn't leading the way, which Chow Mu reasoned that they just got ambushed by thieves. However, Chu said that even if he got ambushed, it was none of his concern because it's his job. Chu thought that it's better if Chow Mu is refuting as he could kill him immediately and finish the Lord's task. But to his surprise, Chow Mu said that he would obey. In Chow Mu's mind, he was grateful to Lieutenant Chu, as he would become the man who died fighting thieves. However, once he levels up, Chow Mu resolves to come for Chu. Suddenly, he felt an unknown presence. A group of thieves appeared again and was about to attack them. Seeing the number of thieves, the warriors felt troubled as they didn't have enough people, so Chow Mu told them to run. As they ran, Yahello noticed that Chow Mu stayed behind. They thought that they should also go back as their boss was risking his life to protect them. However, Chow Mu ordered them to leave and not to come back. Both of them were astonished seeing Chow Mu risking his life fighting the thieves for them. When they're about to go, Lieutenant Chu stopped them. He told them that if they refuse to fight, they shall be punished. Hearing that, Chow Mu realized that Chu plans to let the soldiers die alongside him. As the order was issued, the soldiers were in haste to help Chow Mu, and were resolved to die with him. But Chow Mu hit them. He told Yahello to think of his wife, which he wouldn't like if she became a widow. However, Yahello said that they can't let him die there. Still, Chow Mu told them not to give him nonsense if they don't want to die. Unknown to them, Chow Mu willingly wanted to die. He was doing it not for them, but for the sake of a high death rating. With the numbers of thieves, Chow Mu was pierced by the arrow at his heart. He stayed at his place when the thieves gang up to charge on him. However, he was ready to die. Do you want the next part of this manhwa recap? Just comment down below.